Hello everyone, this is Viper, and this guide is pretty much to show people how to spectate a match properly because it hasn't been done, and it really is an issue with trying to watch these games. Basically what I'm going to go over is just general camera work, snapping onto targets, mouse sensitivity, how to focus on things other than cappers and snipers, and what to do during standoffs. The first clip I'm going to use is just an example of when there's a lull in the action, when both teams have reset and there's not really much going on. What normally happens is the caster or whoever's watching will just find the capper and just watch them the entire time. But that gives you, and when you get that view, all you see is the capper come in and the stand is just magically cleared. And even though the casters might call it, you don't get to see how that developed, how that built up. What people should do is, right now, I spot the cappers. I know they're about 20 seconds out. So let's ignore them for now. They're on their routes. Let's see what the LO and the LD has to do in order to make the cap success other than just the capper. Right now, he tries to clear. The capper comes in and he gets killed. But the second capper is still there. So let's watch how the light defense, in this case Cupro, deals with this. From not a locked on camera, just from a free view. See, you got to see everything very clearly. Now top back to the other side. Everyone's dead, and he got cleared. Now the most important thing I want to mention is not locking the camera on, pretty much ever, unless it's absolutely necessary. Because when the camera locks on and the person dies or a flag gets returned, it automatically snaps to a previous position where you first locked onto that person. Like right now, you see me snap off him because the camera would have jumped somewhere random and you wouldn't have seen anything that happened. This happens way too often, and people have to stop being lazy and just control the camera with WASD. In the second clip, we'll try to do the same thing again and just cover basically all that happens to develop into the cap. Now you see the LO Zato clearing right now, however we don't see any cappers come in. So let's just move to a different point of interest because pretty much whatever he's doing is going to serve no purpose. Now, I move over to the left and I see a fight developing, as well as the capper going out. He'll be about 40 seconds, but there's other stuff happening. Like, this little duel doesn't mean much to, like, a viewer, but it's the difference between the LO for Diamond Sword side staying in position or not. Now, here you see GMC coming in and clear. You get his point of view of him clearing, pretty much, while keeping eyes on the capper. And here we see the defense trying to fight him off while still looking for the capper. However, they don't spot him, and he gets in and gets out. Now, the common issue here is people will just lock on to the flag carrier, and you don't get to see everything, like the chain gun bullets flying by him. And he gets sniped here, the flag drops, so we hop onto GMC to see what he sees. However, we zoom out, and we see Khan coming in for the return, and he gets it. And right there is a perfect example of if the camera was locked on, all you would have seen was just the flag get returned out of nowhere. You wouldn't have known how, and the camera would have snapped back all the way to the Diamond Sword base. And that's not helpful. That doesn't, it looks god-awful. This next clip is another perfect example of what should happen every single time a cap comes in. I spot Matt coming in, and we see the LO clear the defense, completely clear, and you see everything that happened to lead to this cap. Not just the capper's point of view as he comes in and just either the flag stands clear or not clear. You don't get that from whoever's been spectating recently. All you see is the capper come in. And the caster might call the flag stand got clear, but no one gets to see that. No other players, pretty much, other than snipers and cappers, get credit for doing anything in that play other than the capper. And that's really bad. Here we can see the same thing happens again. We see the offense, defense, and the capper, everyone's participation in what happens. The next clip will pretty much demonstrate what should be done in standoff when you only have one camera. Basically, standoffs are just pretty much just come down to individual skill of dueling and coordination timing. Like right here, you get a good view of the offense coming in all together with all the Raider spam, the Pathfinder flanking behind. You also get a good view of the defense and how they're dealing with it. They're sending 3 in the front and the flag carrier in the back just to stay away. and they eventually just shut this one down. Now after this, you want to go look at the other team, because you don't want to just prioritize one team. So after they handle this, we'll go take a look at what the other team's doing. Well, it looks like Blood Eagle in this at this time is not in position to go in. However, on the next play, we're gonna watch what Blood Eagle does. Because we just watched Diamond Sword, they didn't get a return. So let's go see what Blood Eagle's doing differently and see if it works. Now right here, you zoom out, you get a good view of both Pathfinders coming from the left and the right, and the Infiltrator coming up the front. And you want to stay zoomed out. You don't stay locked in on one person. Otherwise, you won't be able to see things like that midair from Nana right there. They wait for him to land, and they chase him down. This was a bit of a mistake by mine. I shouldn't have been this high in the air, because you get no real sense of Z-axis. However, you get a good view of everything that went on. Like, how quickly people are dying, how close everyone is to the flag, all that. Then we quickly jump to the other side, and we see a return being made, which is very good. However, it's really important that you jump back to the other side, regardless, just to make sure you don't miss it. So that's pretty much the end of it, but basically just to summarize everything I've said so far. Number one would be do not lock the camera on, ever. Just use your mouse wheel to control the speed of the flying camera and just fly with WASD. You can also use Q and E to levitate upwards and downwards. Also, turn the circle in the middle off. I forgot to do it for these, but just remember to do that. Second would be don't only watch cappers. I showed how to do that, how to watch the LO and LD to see plays develop, so you get a good sense of how teams run plays, how the organization is, and how each individual player has an effect on what on a cab getting out or being stopped. And third would be for handling standoffs is to alternate teams, especially if the teams are pretty evenly matched. In that game I showed, the scores are pretty evenly matched, and we got to see two sides happen, then the third time the flag got returned. That's pretty much it. Other than that, the only thing I'd have to say is turn your mouse sensitivity down, because there's nothing worse than trying to watch a stream and the guy's camera is just flailing because his sensitivity is so high, moving it even a centimeter just spins 90 degrees. You have to lower your sensitivity. Even if it's beyond your comfort zone, it just has to be done. And also zoom out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that cats in the future can have better camera work because of this.